Hey, EIC Thrive team. Mary here at a gorgeous May 10 at the lake. And I've just spent time meditating and visioning and getting my feet in the water and looking at these gorgeous, incredible rocks and listening to, if you can hear in the background, a guitar player. And I think he was playing a kazoo at one time or something. But anyway, so I'm here because I had major breakthrough day yesterday, a reactivation of the passion and clarity for what is the future for EIC and Thrive, and moving forward with the vision. I wanted to show you that this Ski California, I won this yesterday at it's called the Envision Tahoe Venture Summit, which the last time I went to was 2 years ago. I think they didn't even have one last year. It's put on by the Tahoe Prosperity Center, and Derrick Martin has been the program manager at the Tahoe Prosperity Center, which is based in Incline. And he is one of the candidates to take over directorship of that organization. They're going to be interviewing all the candidates this coming Friday, so I'm crossing fingers. So Derrick and I, when we met after the last one, he was very excited about the possibilities of how we could tie in the Thrive town community development concept with tying it into career development and supporting the economic innovation and livability of this part of the world. And this includes all the communities around the lake. So that's the South Shore, Tahoe City, Truckee, Kings Beach, Incline. So it's very comprehensive. And what I learned yesterday in conversations with, oh my gosh, my booth was one of the most attended of the expo presenters. And what I'm hearing, and with the presenters who were keynoting, we're talking from Ridgeline, they were talking from the governor's office of California in the economic development initiatives and the funding that they have now available to do prototyping, or he called it more like investment in examples of innovation in career development of our young people that would become a permanent solution. So as I have spoken with over the coming, or other people at the event, as well, like the Chamber of Commerce woman, Kim, last name is coming to me, but they are reorienting their focus and programming on this aspect of innovation in the job market and in the training programs. So, and this idea that Thrive Towns can be a place where the community comes together to solve problems and build solutions and envision a better future. So that message sunk home in a way that I have yet to experience in all the times I present this to the Nevada side. And the idea of prototyping, like in small ways. In Truckee, the woman who runs the children's museum or play space or whatever they call it, it's for young kids to explore hands-on after school type thing. And they also have I think they have a kindergarten or a preschool kind of environment in there in the mornings. They're building a new building and want to include teens in the experience. So she was like, the woman who was there representing them was like, oh my God, that sounds amazing. Let's talk about it. My director would love to hear about that. And she goes, and I'm looking to start my own thing, my own nonprofit kind of related to this. I'm like, how would you like to franchise Thrive Town? And she's like, oh yes, that sounds fun. So we have that kind of opportunity to build a hub in incline. Most everyone I talked to agreed that the UNR UC Davis incline hub would be the ideal sort of home base for a demonstration of it, and then have like branches, satellites, outposts in different places around, Reno, Carson, Douglas. We have El Dorado is South Shore. We have Placer, which is North Shore. We have Washoe and Carson. So we have 5 counties with 5 school systems, and the ability for Tahoe Prosperity Center, TRPA, what's the other? Tahoe Fund is also something that works all around the lake. All of these sources could convene and support their satellite locally, but be part of the ecosystem network. So that vision has become really excitingly clear. And then, and there was a woman who spoke on the innovation panel who has a program she's developed for coding, students developing their own coding skills, but with live teachers once a week. And then they work on their coding projects, independently, separately from that one live thing. The live thing is actually virtual, but she wants to see this be a location-based, and not necessarily in the schools, but in a community center like we're proposing. And she said, most importantly, she loves the idea of the virtual world in which all of these kinds of career developing projects can be conducted both in person and online. So she kind of we just high-fived it. She already has programs about this career development aspect of her business in 6 cities across the country. And she would love to see how Nevada could be a sponsor for it, as well as California, in terms of giving credit to the kids for their developmental demonstrations and their projects. So that is an incredible synchronicity. There's also a woman in Truckee who has a coffee shop that is a workspace, a co-working space, and nonprofits come and do engage in the community development process. So she says partnering and bringing coffee shop environment for the kids to do their own coffee shop within a Thrive town. She thought that was a brilliant idea, and making food, growing and making food, etc. Okay, let me get to the other part of the excitement that last night I also attended it was a reception for a charity that my friend Vanita and Jean, I just met her partner Jean, last night after this summit. And we were able to, God, it's so many synchronicities, recognize that they want on their 40-acre ranch that they just purchased outside of Reno in Red Rock, they want to have an educational program where they want to have I think they're going to plan to have 100 of these trafficked girls who had no choice in their life but to be human slaves, essentially. And they are going to be on this ranch and doing equine therapy and growing food and all of the great things that Priya is also trying to do with her foster ranch. And as most of these girls are foster girls, it's called Courage is the nonprofit. They have a ranch like this in Tanzania, and they're building an educational program around it. They already have an arrangement with UNR Department of Sociology to do studying of the programming that they have on this ranch, as well as the one in Tanzania apparently, and showcase how successful it is and how the girls learn everything they need to learn without attending a traditional school. So this fits beautifully into Nevada's goal to have a competency-based credentialing program across the state, and they want us to be a pilot for it. Well, this is a great case study to do a pilot, and then we could also hopefully, if all things fall into place, the middle school up in Incline is still looking to find a different location. We could tie that into the Thrivetown Academy up here at the lake under the jurisdiction of UNR and UC Davis. And that way, we can get a regional certification for the Selfpreneur program as an educational entity, certified, approved. And it could fit both California and Nevada because of the joint venture between not only the universities, but Lake Tahoe. I talked to the woman yesterday from the Lake Tahoe Community College down on South Shore, and they're doing career certification programming and working with the high school kids already. TMCC is also trying to do this with their Jump Start and their dual enrollment programs with the high schools. And they've talked. TMCC and Lake Tahoe Community College have talked. And then in Truckee, we have Sierra Community College. And the woman I mentioned before who's doing the children's zone in Truckee also has a child. One of her 4 children is attending Sierra College. And she is a Hispanic woman and says, we need this so badly for our Hispanic kids. So anyway, I'm not doing this in a structured way, but what I wanted to finalize or wrap up this discussion with is that as I was meditating and getting clarity on what the playbook that I've been trying to write, it started as Selfpreneur Playbook, but now it is a Thrive Ecosystem Playbook. And I have here the outline in red of the 4 sections that will guide the communities in this ecosystem to develop their programming with our coaching. And I'll give you the quick outline, and then hope this coming week I'll be fleshing it out. But part 1 would be the visioning process and giving some history on what we have learned from our attempts to do visioning in community with youth. And then how do we convene? Who convenes? Who are the hosts that we need from the universities, colleges, businesses, government, community orgs? And who is ripe to do it? Which communities we want are ready and already doing some of this and want us in California and Nevada. And then who do we invite to participate in the playbook? Youth of all ages have to be there, etc. Parents and community coaches have to be there. And where do we do it? And then part 2, the programs and the projects. So we'll have breakout teams doing the, if you could see the, I don't know if I can show this well, but the flower of physical, social, developmental, imaginal, and mental, and integral developmental. And so I'll lay out the outline of what each of those project program mission would be for the breakout teams to do design work. Part 3 is the plan and prototype, plan to prototype, which will be specifically, the Selfpreneur pilots. Where are they going to be? What places will they be? Who's going to host the institute, and how do we design that? And then what's the collaboration hub, the Mighty Network platform, and then the VR portal for portfolio management. So one thing I wanted to say about place there, I learned yesterday that the Holman Center, Arts Center, is up for sale. Now this is a UNR acquired it when they got SNC, but apparently that's not part of their sort of portfolio of what they want to do with the campus. So it's actually it could be a purchase opportunity for a Thrivetown hub and home of the institute. And then part 4 of the playbook, share and expand success. This would be hosting the summits annually to get all the players in the network together to share successes and learnings. Play shops could be quarterly hosted for the designers of existing Thrive communities or new ones that are interested. We can have showcase at the Thrivetown headquarters or the different satellite outlets and have people come for training and have the media come and spread the word about it. And then we have coach development communities. So these would be, privately funded coaching of the development of these programs through the institute. Okay, so that's where I am so far. I hope that sounds exciting, and I apologize that yesterday I had on the calendar an EIC Thrive meetup for advisors, and I apologize. I belatedly just disinvited myself and didn't give you formal notice that we weren't having it, but I am planning to start picking those meetings up again because I'm going to need your help to get the playbook feedback into shape and everybody's contributions to how that might look. And for example, in the appendix, I'd like to have Priya do a overview of the Robin Hood Ranch and how we can do a community design process around selfpreneur piloting there, possibly in partnership with the Courage Ranch that I mentioned before. I'd love Yangbo to put in there a section on how to do sustainable development work, as sustainability and environmental sustainability is a huge piece of what we're trying to do here. And what else? Diane, I'd like you to do an appendix on the coding and coaching around development of the VR platform and where that could go in the future with funding. And Bill, I'd love you to talk about the educational leadership roles that these Thrive towns are going to need people to be leaders of, and using the experience base that you have. And I mean, I'll go on. Let's just leave it there for now. And I'm eager to move into this future and really manifest what needs to happen and what we're here to make happen. So thank you all for your patience and my slow recovery from challenging personal situation, and ready to get going again. Bless you. Thank you. Huzzah!